toxic people come in the guise of friends, relatives, colleagues, partners. You don't notice them at first. They don't walk into your life with a sign saying, "I'm going to drain you." They smile. They listen. They blend in. And by the time you realize who they really are, you're already exhausted. Your energy feels low. Your peace feels fragile. Your confidence feels smaller than it used to be. That's how it happens. Not suddenly. Gradually. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people avoid. The most toxic person in your life might be someone you call family. And most people will never admit it. Because we're taught that family is sacred, no matter what, even when it destroys you. The Stoics understood something most people learn too late. Protection is not about changing toxic people. It's about controlling access to you. Marcus Aurelius dealt with manipulators daily, backstabbers in the Senate, enemies disguised as allies, people who smiled in public and plotted in private. He didn't try to reform them. He managed exposure, and that's the key. Most advice tells you to communicate better with toxic people. That's like trying to negotiate with a hurricane. The Stoics knew better. They didn't engage. They eliminated access. Before you protect yourself, you must recognize the pattern. Because toxic people are predictable. They take more than they give. Every interaction leaves you slightly drained. You walk away questioning yourself. They criticize you disguised as concern. I'm just trying to help. I only say this because I care. And somehow, every time, you end up feeling smaller. That's not help. That's poison wrapped in kindness. They violate boundaries, then blame you for having them. You say no. They say you're selfish. You change. You're cold. You're overreacting. They make you feel guilty for not letting them hurt you. Read that again. They never take responsibility. Everything is your fault. Your reaction. Your sensitivity. Your misunderstanding. Never their behavior. That's not accountability. That's control. And once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. Most people tolerate the same boundary being crossed again and again. Marcus Aurelius didn't. He removed access, not necessarily from his world, but from his inner circle. Forever. Protection becomes necessary the moment you realize this. Toxic people don't just affect your mood. They alter your nervous system. You start walking on eggshells. You rehearse conversations in your head. You monitor your tone. You shrink your personality to avoid conflict. That's not peace. That's survival mode. Epictetus said, "Keep company only with people who uplift you." Notice what he didn't say. He didn't say tolerate everyone. He didn't say save everyone. He said choose wisely. If someone consistently makes you worse, they are not your responsibility. They are your risk. And the first line of defense is emotional distance. You don't have to cut everyone off immediately. Sometimes you can't. Family, work, shared circles. But you can limit access. Stop sharing personal information. Toxic people store your vulnerabilities like weapons, so stop supplying ammunition. Keep conversations neutral, surface level, controlled. When they probe for personal details, I'm handling it. It's fine. Nothing new. Short answers, no elaboration, no emotional investment. They will feel the shift. Let them. When distance isn't possible, reduce stimulation. Toxic people feed on reaction. Emotion is their currency. Stop paying. This is known as the gray rock method. And here's what therapists won't openly tell you. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is become boring on purpose, not authentic, strategic. This isn't about being yourself. This is about protecting yourself. You become emotionally uninteresting. Flat tone, neutral responses, minimal engagement. They provoke you? Okay, I see. Noted. No defensiveness, no debate, no emotional spikes. They insult you? Interesting. Pause. Silence. They try to start an argument? I'm not discussing this. Then stop discussing it. This is not weakness. This is refusing to participate. When you stop reacting, they lose leverage. Because drama requires two people, and you just walked off the stage. Now boundaries. Most people ruin boundaries by explaining them. Explanation sounds like negotiation. Negotiation invites argument. So stop explaining. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your peace. Not your mother, not your best friend, not your partner. No is a complete sentence. And if someone can't accept it without a thesis defense, that's exactly why you need the boundary. State the boundary. Enforce it. I'm not available after 8 p.m. That's it. The moment you justify, you create a debate. Toxic people debate everything. So don't debate. Enforce. If they call after 8 p.m., don't answer. If they ask why. I'm not available after 8. No apology. No additional reasoning. Boundaries don't require approval. Now understand manipulation tactics. Guilt tripping. After everything I've done for you. Translation. Comply or feel bad. Response. I'm sorry you feel that way. Then keep your boundary. Gaslighting. That never happened. You're imagining it. One woman told me this. Pause. Her mother rewrote conversations in real time, denied events that clearly happened. So she started recording calls. Pause. Not to expose her, to trust herself. That's not paranoia. That's self-preservation. Don't argue reality with someone invested in distorting it. Note the pattern. Increased distance. Victim playing. You're attacking me? When you calmly set a limit. Response. I'm stating my boundary. Nothing more. Triangulation. Everyone agrees you're wrong? Response. This is between us. Stay centered. Love bombing after mistreatment. Sudden affection. Grand gestures. Temporary change. Not transformation. If someone only treats you well after treating you badly. Pause. That's not love. Pause. That's a hostage negotiation. Watch patterns, not apologies. And then reduce contact strategically. You don't need a dramatic exit, just less access. Stop initiating. Reply slower. Shorter responses. Decline invitations without elaborate excuses. I can't make it. No story, no guilt, no over-explaining. No is complete. If they ask what's wrong, nothing. I'm just focusing on other priorities. Stay calm, stay neutral. Over time, one of two things happens. They adjust, or they drift. Both outcomes protect you, but sometimes, distance is not enough. Sometimes you must cut access completely. No contact, no exceptions. Society will tell you this is cruel. Society is wrong. Society doesn't live with the consequences. You do. You know what's actually cruel? Staying in a relationship that slowly destroys you because leaving would make someone else uncomfortable. This becomes necessary when they repeatedly violate boundaries. They distort your reality. They use your vulnerabilities against you. They are abusive in any form. At that point, you don't owe closure. You don't owe explanation. You don't owe one final conversation. Here's what nobody tells you about closure. It's a myth. Toxic people don't give closure. They give more drama, more manipulation, more reasons for you to doubt yourself. The closure you need, you give it to yourself. By leaving, you owe yourself safety. Block, delete, remove, quietly. No announcement. No dramatic exit. The most powerful thing you can do is disappear without explanation, not out of revenge, out of self-respect. People who forced you to this decision don't deserve your reasoning. If they don't understand why you left, that confirms the decision. Protection is not a single action. It's a daily discipline. After interactions, ask yourself, how do I feel? Calm or drained? Clear or confused? Your nervous system detects toxicity faster than your logic. Trust it. Your body knows before your mind admits it. That knot in your stomach when their name appears on your phone? That's not anxiety. That's wisdom. Set time limits around difficult people. 30 minutes, 1 hour. When the time ends, leave. No guilt. Energy is finite. Spend it deliberately. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion. You don't have to respond to every comment. You don't have to defend every criticism. You don't have to react to every provocation. Opting out is power." Seneca said, "Associate with those who make you better. Not tolerate those who diminish you. Not rescue those who refuse to grow. Choose wisely. Because here's the final truth they don't want you to know. Toxic people need you more than you need them. Your energy, your attention, your reaction, that's their supply. Cut the supply. Watch them move on to someone else. Because toxic people survive on your reaction. Remove reaction. Remove leverage. Protecting yourself does not make you cold. It makes you strategic. It does not make you selfish. It makes you self-respecting. It does not make you cruel. It makes you aware. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And toxic people will drain you until nothing remains. So protect your energy. Set boundaries without guilt. Enforce them without hesitation. Distance yourself without drama. Cut access when necessary, not out of anger, out of clarity. The Stoics didn't ask permission to protect their peace. They didn't wait for toxic people to change. They didn't hope for the best. They acted. The Stoics did not tolerate chaos in their inner circle. They managed access, calmly, strategically, permanently. You can do the same. Recognize the pattern. Reduce exposure. Enforce limits. Protect your peace. Because your peace is not negotiable. And anyone who threatens it loses access to you. Without debate. Without explanation. Without apology. Pause. Peace first. That is not isolation. That is control. And control is power.